Yes, I was saying that because we are virtually connected, and then mainly all the works are dependent on internet these days, and hence the
Mhm.
computer networks also comes into picture to understand the protocols, security systems, HTTP, SMTP, FTP, all those things, and then how to be how to encode the things, and then for the security purpose as well. So it is something which we which cannot avoid in this generation internet. So maybe that's why computer network, LAN and all, it is important and is added to and is put in the main course.
Yes, you are right. The reason because for a developer or a tester, whoever it is related to computer science engineering, so not just computer science engineering, any other stream of engineering, computer networks is vital. Okay, so it's important. You cannot do anything nowadays without computer networking. Okay, so see, whatever we are studying now in this course, and whatever the networking protocols or topologies which are working now in in the real time, so there are a lot of difference, but all the protocols or topologies which are currently used now is based on the protocols which we'll study in this particular course. Okay, in computer network course. So this is like a very fundamental things which you are going to learn in this course. Okay, so any other reason why you need to study computer network, students? Forget about that it is a core course, you have to learn it. Apart from that, do you have any future for by learning computer networks?
Sir, all these deep learning, machine learning, cloud computing, and all the later discoveries of the computer science branch. But
Hmm.
so that is why it is elective, which we cannot read that without the help of some basic like data structures, computer network, compiler designs. So
Okay,
by understanding networks only we can further develop, further move to the later discoveries. So we should understand the fundamentals first.
okay, okay, great. Any other answers, students? Well, can you have a career in computer networking? Does industries require computer network experts?
Yes, sir. I mean, fault and like fault tolerance in the network, and for tolerance and analysis of the network, and then a packet exchange rate. All those things we need computer networks for that. So.
Okay. Any other answers, students?
Sir, actually, in today's world, we are communicating with different devices, and so for the data to send from one device to the other device, it should happen properly and then in a proper secure environment. So that's why this core subject is very much required, and there can be a future, good future also, because almost every application we use, let it be anything, they have to communicate with each other. So for that, this networking is required.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Uh, yeah, tell me.
and also we are slowly moving from the centralized network to the decentralized network also. Like blockchain is also becoming really popular these days, so there is a scope for computer networks. Like we are we are learning and dealing with completely decentralized networks these days for more higher security and things like that. So networks is important. That's
And we are also moving to cloud. So to communicate with the cloud, we need various protocols like TCP, IP. So for that also this is required.
Okay. 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 Fine. So, what all points you said is right. So we need computer networks we need to study computer networks to understand the basic knowledge of the communication part, basically, like how when you sit here in your system and type www.google.com, how we are going to get the page, basically. So what all the protocols that are involved right from your system, which the request goes to the server, and then the server looks at your request and tries to find out what request that is, and then it responds to you with a web page, right? So it looks very simple. You send a request and you get a response, but there are a lot of protocols involved between you and server when it is when a request is transferred and when you receive a response. Okay, so what are all those protocols, how those protocols are divided into different sectors, and why the division of different sectors is required here. Okay, so if there is a fault in some place, how do you identify that, and how do you overcome that, or how do you address that problem? Okay, all these things which we are going to study in this course. Okay, it's basically a theory course, but quite an interesting course. We see some kind of problems in figuring out the performance of computer networks, and in understanding the routing protocols of computer networks. But apart from that, everything is theory here. Okay, and there is a lab associated with this course. So in that lab, we will be teaching you three different uh, tools, basically. The first one is Cisco Packet Tracer, which is a very good animation, not animation, basically. You can say a simulation tool. So here, what you are supposed to do is, see, for example, we have a lab in our campus. So we have many labs, but generally we use computer science labs, right? So if somebody asks you, if suppose you are a network engineer, if somebody asks you to set up a LAN, what you are going to do? So first you need to know what are all the things required, what are all the devices required, how you are going to connect it, then what are the IP addresses that you are going to assign for each individual system, and then what other security measures you are going to take for that systems, what ports you are going to use, which LAN you are going to use. All those things comes into picture, and that instead of going physically and directly configuring a LAN, you will be configuring that particular LAN in Packet Tracer, okay, which is a simulation software. Once that is done in the Packet Tracer simulation software, then everything works fine. You are going to replicate the same thing physically. Okay, so basically this Packet Tracer is it is developed by Cisco. Initially it was a proprietary learning tool for the Cisco newly joined candidates, but now it is open source. You can download and you can start working with that. We will help you out. We will teach you how to start with Packet Tracer in the next lab, in the initial, not in the first lab, maybe in the second or third lab, but in the first and second lab, we'll start with some of the commands related to computer networks. So that's the first tool which you are going to learn. Then second tool which you are going to learn is Wireshark. Basically, Wireshark is a packet sniffer. That means, say for example, if you install Wireshark in your system and you start capturing all the packets at a point of time, and then say for example from 10 o'clock I will capture all the packets which are going out of my system and coming into my system till 11 o'clock. Packets in the sense the information which is going out of your system through internet. Okay, so all the data can be captured using Wireshark. Okay, all data can be captured using Wireshark. That means you can see to whom all you have sent the request, to from whom you have got the received a request, from whom you received a response, to whom you have sent a response, and what is that response, what protocols are used in between. Every detail will be there in it. Okay, so it's a live capture. You can capture the packets, live packets which are going from your system to other systems. Okay, so that is what we are going to teach you as a second tool. So these are the two important tools which we will be learning, and if time permits, we will go through NS2 also, Network Simulator version 2. So that is similar to you can actually learn in the packet level there. Okay, so what is the delay, what is the throughput of a network, everything can be calculated in this NS2 software. Okay, so these are the three softwares which you are going to or tools which you are going to learn in computer networks lab, and apart from that you will be learning um, this socket programming. Okay, socket programming in this lab. So these are the things which are going to learn in lab, so which will help you to understand the computer networks theory part also. Okay, so we will go parallelly. So when we discuss about the first chapter, second chapter, that is application layer, we will do the same activities in lab, so that you will parallelly understand the theoretical part and also the practical part of it. So this is the plan for this course. And coming towards the theory part, so see, when you try to understand computer networking, in two ways you can start learning the computer networks. In two ways. One is as a sender perspective. In the perspective of the sender, you can start learning the computer networks, or in the receiver perspective, you can start learning the computer networks. Say for example, in the sender perspective, if you are learning the computer networks, it starts from your application which is running in your system. Okay, so when you open a browser, what happens, and in the browser when you type a URL, what happens, so from there it starts in the sender perspective. Okay, so that is what we are going to study in your course. We are going to understand computer networks with a sender perspective. Okay, the other way is receiver's perspective. So when you receive a packet, are you directly going to receive it to the application which you are running, or it comes to your system? What are all the different stages it comes? So that's a different way. But in both way, the protocols, the workflow, everything is same. Okay, so keep this in mind. We are going to study computer networks through the sender's perspective, and it is also called as top-down approach. Okay, we are learning the computer networks in top-down approach. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so what is the? It's a 3-credit course for you, right, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a 3-credit course, and I see Ullas sir have already shared the uh, soft copy of the textbook. Can you access it? Can you see it, students?
Yes, sir.
Just a moment. Yeah, there is a folder called class materials, which is created by Ullas sir, and in that you can see file computer networking a top-down approach, 6th edition. Can you see that, students? Do you want me to share this uh, screen?
We saw it, sir. It's visible.
Okay, so now So just make a note of it. This course code is 15 CSE 312 and it's a 3-credit course. And the reference or the textbook what we are going to refer for complete this course is computer networking, a top-down approach. Okay, please make a note of it. Computer network, a top-down approach, and the authors are James F. Koros, and Ross, W. Ross. Okay, so this is a very good textbook, students, for you to refer and understand the deep concepts of computer networks. And definitely we are going to follow this textbook itself throughout our course. And we have presentations which are prepared particularly for this textbook itself. Okay, so which will start from the next class. So now you have 5 different chapters which we have to cover in this course. The first one is introduction to computer networks, basically which discusses about what are all the types of delays, how do you calculate the performance of a computer network, what are the different types of networks, what are the different types of links that are available, whether in the wired medium and in the wireless medium. All those basic concepts you will be learning in the first chapter, which is called as introduction to computer networks. Okay, next chapter, from the next chapter you will study about the layers. What do you mean by layers? So I told you we study computer networks and we understand computer networks with respect to different stages, basically layers. Okay, so why we want to study computer networks in the layered architecture is the first question. So why? Because computer networks is vast. The number of protocols that you use for a single communication is huge. So to make, why do we have this abstraction? Because it supports debugging. If there is any error somewhere, how do you find that error, where exactly that error has happened? When you have different abstractions, levels of abstraction, it is quite easier to debug, and also it is quite easier to understand the computer working of computer networking. Okay, so that is one reason why we study computer networks with respect to different layers. Okay, and there are many layered architecture which basically helps you to understand computer networks. We are going to discuss about 2 different layered architecture that also we will discuss in the first chapter itself. So these are the some introduction things towards the first chapter. So sorry, the computer networks course itself. So just a moment, opening the course content. Yeah, if you look at the table of contents in chapter 1, you can see computer networks and the internet. That is the chapter 1. So you will be learning about what is internet, network edge, network edge, and network core. In the sense, edge in the sense the end devices basically, and network core in the sense what are all the core devices that you use in the network, and what are the other technologies in while transferring the packet in the sense it is a data, okay, that you are transferring. I'll be using the term packet continuously. I will discuss about some other terms also in the next class. You need not worry about that now. And we will be discussing about delay loss, throughput, packet switch networks, circuit switch networks, different protocol layers and their service models. When the network is under attack, what you're supposed to do. These are the things which we are going to study in chapter 1. Okay, so we have to complete chapter 1 at least in 6-7 classes. Okay, because we will be getting around 40 classes approximately for this course. So 6-7 classes we have to finish the first chapter, and moving towards the second chapter, it is the application layer, which is quite a big chapter. We will take around 8 to 9 hours to finish this application layer chapter. You will be studying about HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SMTP, DNS. These are the peer-to-peer architecture, client-server architecture, socket programming. All those things you are going to study in chapter 2. That is application layer. That is the topmost layer. I told you, right? We are going to discuss. We are going to understand and study this course from top down. Okay, from the top. Okay, so the application layer sits in the top of among all the layers. Okay, from there we are going to understand computer networks. Then after application layer comes the transport layer. There you will be studying only two protocols, TCP and UDP, but which are very, very important, and that is also a big chapter. At least we need around 8 hours to understand this layer. So then comes the network layer. Network layer is again heart of computer networks, which is also a quite big chapter. You will be studying about IP, IPv4, IPv6, routing protocols, RIP, OSPF, BGP, all those routing protocols, and the basic IP we will be studying in this chapter. Again, for this also we need around 10 classes to finish. And finally, we will discuss about the link layer chapter, the chapter 5, the link layer chapter. So that is not as big as network layer, but that is also very important. And wireless and mobile networks, that is chapter 6, is not there in your syllabus as of now, but it is also important for you to know about it. So if time permits, I will take 1 or 2 classes, and I will discuss about wireless and mobile networks also. Okay, so put together we need around 40 hours. So hopefully in 40 hours we'll finish all these topics. Okay, so from your side,
Sir,
see, whenever a topic is discussed.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, are you sharing
Yeah, please tell
anything?
me.
Are you sharing anything
No,
right
no,
now?
no. I am not sharing any PPT. I told you to open the table of contents, right? In the
Okay, okay,
which Ullas sir has. Have you not opened it? That's why I
No,
asked
sir.
whether I can share.
Yeah,
It's only
I'll
people,
open it,
right?
sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Sir,
So
so we are just focusing on the 5 chapters and not on the remaining ones, huh?
only the first 5 chapters. That's all.
Okay, sir.
That is what there in your syllabus. Actually, 2 years back, not in the 50s. Now it is 15 CSE 312, right? Previously, it was CSE 310. During that course, it was a 4-credit course, and even wireless and mobile networks were also there in the syllabus. But now that is removed and made this course as a 3-credit course instead of 4-credit. So the portions has been reduced a little bit compared to the previous course. So. But see, if I want to tell you clearly, this 40 hours of lecture is not at all sufficient to understand computer networks. Not at all sufficient, because there are textbooks which discuss only about a particular protocol itself. But here we are learning at least 5 to 6 protocols in different layers. Okay, so it is very vast. Whatever we are going to study and understand in this course is fundamentals, completely fundamentals. Okay, but that is important. You will definitely get questions in your interviews regarding computer networks. At least few questions about computer networks in your interviews. And if you are going to any networking company like Cisco, Alcatel, Arista, uh, Brocade. So those companies will definitely ask you more questions about computer networks if they are hiring you for any computer networking based job. Okay. So what this is also one of the highly paid jobs. Uh, so if you are really focusing to get into Cisco or any networking company, definitely learning this course effectively will help you. Okay. So from the next class, we will start with the first chapter itself directly. So let me repeat again. This is the course code is 15 CSE 312, and as I said, we require around 40 classes to finish this course. And if we don't know what is the evaluation pattern still, but if it is like the previous semester, if it is mid sem and end sem, then definitely we have to complete like at least three chapters, first three chapters, that is introduction to computer networks, application layer and transport layer for the mid sem. And after the mid sem, we'll have two more chapters to finish, that is network layer and data link layer. Okay, so if it is T1 and T2 type of evaluation, then it is a different case. I will explain it to you later. Okay, so do you have any other questions, students, regarding this course before we get into the actual topics of the course? Any kind of question? No doubts at all? No questions? Okay, I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Ullas here.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Students, if you have anything to be asked now, you can please. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So today I've given just an introduction to the course, Sula, sir.
Yes, sir. I was listening.
Okay.
So as already Vishwa sir mentioned, we are going one step beyond the syllabus in terms of practical aspects. Okay. So with this basic course, what we are covering now, very much you will be able to catch up networking jobs as well. In the previous years also we have seen there were students who just attended only this course. They were able to crack networking interviews and networking companies. So but definitely you need to put effort from your side. So all the practical aspects what we are doing in the lab, if you do to its core, definitely you will be able to crack networking interviews, which we have observed as core companies and say tier 1 companies in fact, and they pay a little higher than most of the other software companies. So that way those who are interested definitely can work more in terms of practicals and target those kind of companies as well. This sir was already explained, just I'm adding on to it.
Any questions, students? And one more thing. See, this course is, as I said you, most of the portions are theoretical portions. So whenever we discuss something in the class about a protocol or any procedure or any technology, so you try to understand it and learn. Okay, if you think that I have notes or I have PPTs, I will learn later, it is not as easy as many other courses where you can remember it. And if you think that just before the exam I will study something and write, no, it is not possible, because the portions is vast. You have to understand it. If you don't understand the protocols, you can never write something about that protocol. Okay, because if I say about a protocol, I will start discussing with its port number, what is the purpose of that protocol, in which layer it resides, what are the protocols above that layer, then in that particular protocol, how the data flow happens, what is the format of that protocol, in the format how many fields are there, what is the working of each field, every detailed will be discussed in the class. So if you think you can just read and remember just before the day of exam, it is not possible. You have to understand it properly. Okay, so if you have any doubts, if you have any questions on the same day, you try to clear all your doubts there and then itself. Okay.
And sir, adding on to that, I would like to say that 10% of questions we ask from the lecturer that you cannot find from the textbook. So listening to the class is very, very important. Those who are targeting A+ grade or O grade, definitely you will have to listen to the class. And adding on to that, one more thing, 10% of questions we ask what we have not discussed in the class, but it will be there in the textbook. So if you don't listen to the class and if you don't read textbook, you will be able to answer out of 80 marks only. Like if you go through the PPTs and if you do self-study, probably you may lose kind of 20 marks out of 100. So throughout this semester it will be there. So please don't come back and say at any point of time that it is not there in the textbook or it is not taught in the class. The syllabus is given, and as per that we will ask questions. Okay. So what we are requesting is you will have to put effort from your side as well, and we don't entertain so many complaints as well. If we have justifications for what actions we are doing, so definitely we will not entertain complaints too much. If it is valid, yes, we will, but otherwise no. Vishwa sir, is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? I mean,
Yes, sir.
we'll
Yes, sir.
handle
Right.
that.
Yes, sir. Okay, students, if you don't have any questions regarding this course, we can leave for the day. From the next class, we will start with the actual portions, first chapter. If you don't have any questions, you can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you to all. Thank you, Mr. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.